Today we're talking about a brand, a line, a collection that has no more, no less than 55 plus flankers. That's correct, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male/Le Beau collection, the newest one that's getting quite talks out there as one of the best, if not the best designer release of 2022. This is going to be Beau Le Parfum review/overview in this whole collection. And I'm going to actually give you guys the top 10 within the line. So let's go. Let's kick things off here with the latest iteration of this collection, the Jean Paul Gaultier Le Beau Le Parfum, which is the reason why you're here. You want to know what this one is like. If you guys, should check it out. And by the way, this is not yet readily available in the United States or North America for that matter. If you go to the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 website and you type in your zip code in America, it's going to say not yet available at your zip code. But I'm going to share with you where I got mine. But anyway, presentation, the known canister that's very popular with the Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male/Le Beau collection. Just so you guys know, it might sound funny or silly, but I've seen pictures of people actually using can openers to open these canisters. Guys, very simple. From the bottle, it's just a twist and pull, and you'll open your canister, which will reveal the beautiful bottle, and you can actually, preserve your bottle, your juice within the canister. You can leave it in the canister. It's going to be dark, room temperature. It's going to last a lot longer. This is really cool looking and nice. Beautiful torso, the more futuristic looking torso. Of course, you have the little 𝗔𝗲𝗏𝗃 thing here, the stopper. Sprayers are beastly with Jean Paul Gaultier, definitely one of the best in the market. Again, not yet available here in the US. You can pick up your bottle where I picked up mine at 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I'll have it linked below, making your guys' life easier for less than retail. But I think once it hits general stores here, it's going to be around the $90 to low $100, give or take, for the 75 ml, which is the one I got. And by the way, it will be available in two sizes, 75 ml and the 125 ml. Before I go and tell you exactly what the Le Beau Le Parfum smells like, what I get out of it, and all that stuff, all that good stuff that you guys want to know, let me digress a little bit and give you guys an overview of the Jean Paul Gaultier collection, starting with the first one from 1995, created by master perfumer, which is now the in-house perfumer of Dior, and he has his own line, Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Francis Kurkdjian actually made this fragrance, which became a really symbol, an iconic fragrance, which is timeless in the 90s. When you think about 90s, it was definitely one of the top 5 most sold to this day masculine fragrances. All right, so this is the original Le Male, originally released in 1995, and I went through numerous bottles. I forgot the number of bottle that this is. It's probably like the 12th bottle in the last few years. And I got the 200 ml, and you can see here, it's really at the bottom of the peepee here. So you know that I wear a lot of this stuff. And this is a darker juice. This particular bottle, I think, was from the 2000s, like the early 2000s. So it is a more pungent, longer lasting Le Male. Absolutely incredible. And what this is, guys, this is going to be a modern take on the fougere. If you come back from the 80s, the powerhouse 70s and 80s fougères, very heavy oak moss. This does not have the oak moss, but it's revolving around the lavender with a very beautiful mint up top and a gorgeous vanilla at the base. It smells very unique, very sensual, I think is the very fitting word to this fragrance. And I know that many of you watching this video right now have this particular fragrance as your own signature scent or one of those special occasions, night out or clubbing kind of fragrance. This is like the pre-1 million days night out kind of a fragrance. Now we pass forward to 2007. Back then, guys, there weren't this hype of flankers as we have nowadays over the last, 15, 20 years. When you go back to the 90s, even early 2000s, fragrance brands usually released one fragrance and ran with it. We didn't have this amalgam and craziness of different flankers. But 2007, Francis Kurkdjian gave us this beautiful flanker of Jean Paul Gaultier. And again, I'm not going to cover all the summer flankers because again, this particular line, this collection of Le Male/Le Beau, there's over 50 plus flankers and it's impossible to talk about it. I'd be here until tomorrow morning. But I'm going to cover the most iconic releases from this collection. This is Fleur de Mal, or the male flower, released in 2007. Discontinued now. Awesome sprayer. This is an incredible melange of floral notes like orange blossom, neroli. It's just a gorgeous scent. It took that original DNA from that vanilla/lavender. It took away the mint and it added these really nice, refreshing, but a little bit pungent and bitter floral undertone. This is a flower bomb, very long lasting for a floral fragrance. And it just smells amazing. I mean, it's a perfect flanker if you ask me because it really gave it a more floral aspect to the original Le Male. I love this stuff. If you can get a bottle of this, it's still floating around. Not too expensive. If you find it, I think you can pick one up and you're gonna love the way it smells. If you're familiar with the original, you love the original, but you wanted something a little more floral, this is a great take on it. From 2007, now we jump to 2015, which is, when you think about it, not too long ago, about 7 years ago, Francis Kurkdjian gave us an incredible, and I believe this was the last iteration of Le Male's that he did for the company, and then he just went and did his own thing. But this is going to be Ultra Male, guys. This fragrance got a ton of hype here in the fragrance community. It was like making top lists, most complimented, most romantic, most sensual. Girls like the scent profile, even to wear themselves. And I know niche companies that actually took this scent profile, embellished it, changed it a little bit, and made their own releases, but inspired by this fragrance. It is just an incredible scent. It is just a very appealing, very sensual, seductive kind of composition. You have the gorgeous pear up top, which is almost like a pear liqueur. It's very fruity. The vanilla is definitely present. The Tonka is actually added here, which gave us more sweetness, even this like creamy, almondy kind of undertone, and a nice ambery patchouli dry down. This is a great scent. If you find, I know it's been reformulated, guys, and it's not as long lasting. This is actually a vintage bottle. I have a couple, and it smells just incredible. For a point of reference, guys, because you know that over the years, the Tonka, vanilla, it's been very predominant with the ambroxan note. This does not have the ambroxan, but it has the vanilla, the Tonka, the amber, the patchouli, and the pear up top is just so unique and just so beautiful, guys. I think ladies could wear this one as well, even though it was marketed toward men. I think this is a great scent for everyone to enjoy. Now, with a brand that had so many flankers, there's actually 2 different years within this chronological order that I'm sharing with you within the overview of the line, that they actually released more than 3 to 4 flankers within that year, for men and for women, Le Belle, Le Male's, and Le Beau's. But I'm gonna cover one from 2016, which is actually a limited edition flanker that was very hyped as well because of how good this was. And for Freshy, it was also very long lasting. It's going to be 𝗿𝗏 Fresh. And the year after 2016, I think it was released again as Superman, but essentially the same juice with a different bottle than they had the Superman instead of the 𝗿𝗏. But if you get the 𝗿𝗏, it's actually the best one, guys. 2016, just a gorgeous scent, very refreshing, very uplifting. Definitely ambroxan in this one. It's a lighter, fresher, more uplifting take on the original Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male, but it had some really unique notes. There's a mint facet up top, which is, I think, paired up with a grapefruit that's just very effervescent, very uplifting, just great for spring and summer. One of those scents that just, you're gonna get compliments. I think this was Jean Paul Gaultier's answer to the Invictus Aqua from Paco Rabanne. It's in that same, vein, the same genre of fragrances, but in my opinion, a little bit more mature than the Invictus, which was just overly sweet, and this one here, not so sweet. The next one we're going to talk about, also from 2016, is going to be the Le Male Parfum Essence, which I don't have the bottle. In fact, I gave that bottle away because I wasn't really wearing that fragrance. It wasn't something that I was really loving. So what that fragrance was, the Essence, the Parfum, love the bottle, by the way, was the first iteration of the bottles of the Le Beau's. The Essence Parfum gave it a nice iris, burnt sugar kind of a vibe, which is the same kind of a style that you would get with Carolina Herrera's CH Mint Privé minus that whiskey accord, which gave the booziness. So this wasn't boozy, it was floral, it was a little bit spicy and ambery in the dry down, and it had this beautiful, burnt sugar iris kind of accord. It was very nice, but the performance was very lackluster on my skin, and I didn't really love it. There was other things within that genre, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna wear those fragrances instead of me just keeping this bottle for the heck of keeping it. Somebody liked it more than me, and I gave it to them. But it is a good release, and it was like the beginning stages of what we have now as the Le Beau line of fragrances. So fast forward to 2018 now, Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male gave us another flanker called In the Navy, which is a beautiful navy blue bottle with the white stripes. And that fragrance, guys, basically took that 𝗿𝗏 Fresh essence, which was like the Paco Rabanne Invictus Aqua kind of essence, infused this new release, but actually amped things up, made it stronger, more potent, sweeter, more aquatic. So it was actually a very nice scent, but I have so many fragrances within that genre for, spring and summer that I wasn't, again, going to wear. I did a first impression. I think I even did a review for you guys, which I'll pop it up here, but I just decided not to keep because it was a bit redundant for my, warm season rotation. But it was a very nice one and actually quite long lasting for an aquatic citrus kind of a scent. Fast forward to 2019, we have the original Le Beau, which is a genre within this collection of Le Male fragrance. It's like a subgenre. Talk about flankers or flankers or flankers. But 2019 gave us the birth of the actual first Le Beau, the OG, which the main structure was citruses up top, a beautiful coconut heart, which along with those citruses gave it a very beachy suntan lotion kind of a vibe and a gorgeous tonka in the base. However, not so powerful that you can actually wear all year round. If you live somewhere where you get cold winters, it's a great scent for spring and summer and early fall. But it was a good release, and now we're going to talk about this one very shortly, and you're going to see how it compares with the 2019 original Le Beau. 2020 probably gave me, it's a standalone release that has a cult following. Some people love it. I don't like it. It didn't agree with my body chemistry. It's going to be 2020's Le Male Aviator, which was a weird looking bottle, like a greenish, like a moss or a beige green kind of a bottle. I'm going to pop it up here. And that fragrance basically took the original Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male profile and added this powdery violet heart, which was kind of weird with a green and a zonic opening. It was a little bit weird to say the least. And again, if you don't like it, you don't like it. It's not something that I did enjoy. I did talk to you guys about it. I think I even reviewed it. I'll pop it up here. But some people love it. It works on them. And again, to each its own. But it was a release that I think renders me to talk about it because it was different enough of a flanker that I think I have to give kudos to Jean Paul Gaultier for at least trying to do something a little bit different. Now, before I get into the new Beau Le Parfum, I'm going to talk to you guys about another release from 2020, just like Aviator, but this is going to a different end of the spectrum, more darker, resinous, and spicy, woody kind of a spectrum. This is going to be the Le Parfum edition of the Le Male. Now, guys, this one here I loved. I actually wore this on my anniversary with my wife. Got a ton of compliments. This is going to be a great take on that lavender, vanilla, and mint, taking away the mint and adding some really nice spicy components, just like dark licorice, which you have here, black licorice. Not going to be for everyone. If you like, or if you're familiar with L'Olive Olympica Eau Masculine, which has that beautiful resinous, creamy, and spicy licorice, that's what you're gonna get here. The woods, the patchouli, ambery base, I love this stuff. It projects very strongly, and for a parfum, kind of a fragrance, actually projects and lasts a long time in my skin, especially if you spray your clothes, you're gonna get a tremendous sillage. I'm gonna pop up here the full review on this one because I think it was one of the best releases of that particular year, guys, 2020. Amazing stuff, Le Male Le Parfum. Let's talk about the newest Le Beau Le Parfum. Love the bottle, beautiful futuristic looking torso. You got the little leaf here covering the junk, the actual stopper. Sprayers are great. And this one here, the summarized version of what this smells like. If you're familiar with the original Le Beau, what they did here is intensified all the notes that we loved, coconut, but they added this pineapple up top, which made it very fruity and very juicy, very powerful fruitiness up top. However, that pineapple will go away as the fragrance develops 15 minutes or so into the heart. But the opening here is just incredible smelling. If you like pineapple, if you love coconut, it's gonna give you like a nice pina colada, almost boozy, but not quite very boozy, but it gives you almost like a pina colada drink vibe, or virgin pina colada, if you will, up top, which is just absolutely breathtaking and really gonna bring you in. I dare any one of you guys that haven't tried this, if you smell this in a blotter, you're gonna be enchanted by it. You're gonna wanna pick up a bottle because it's that good. A couple more things that I wanna talk to you guys about in the introduction, right before you get into the heart and then you start to dry down the fragrance, are the ginger, which adds this nice spicy kick to the scent and I think really amps up the coconut as well. And there's also a cypress note in here that I absolutely love in perfumery. Cypress adds this nice creamy green, not so much coniferous, but borderline green, creamy, and earthy aspect of this fragrance, which definitely makes this more mature than the original Le Beau. So I think when you put these two side by side, I think the common person or the youngster person or the youthful person that wants something that's more playful is definitely gonna like the original Le Beau, as opposed to this one. However, if you wanted something a little bit stronger that had a little more mature and elegant feel to it, not as playful, but it's still playful, I think you would go for this one. As the fragrance starts to develop and warm up on your skin and you start to get into the dry down territory, the patchouli and the sandalwood will take a front stage here. The pineapple will kind of fade away, go way into the back of the scent. The coconut's definitely gonna stay here throughout the life of the fragrance. Perhaps almost nutty as you get into the dry down. You're gonna get this nice almondy feel to the scent because of the patchouli, the sandalwood, and the coconut trifecta, which is very nice. I do think a lady could pull this off as well if you like this style of a fragrance. I don't think it's that rugged or rough and tumble, masculine kind of a scent. I think if you do enjoy coconut in your scents, that beachy suntan lotion, but you wanted something a little more powerful, a little bit more woody, I think you're really gonna enjoy this, especially with that nutty kind of a feel that you get here into the dry down. Performance with this fragrance, guys, was actually better than the original, as we would expect, right? Hopefully. Sometimes brands don't do what they should do, but this one here definitely amped up, definitely better performance. I got 7 to 8 hours on skin. If you do spray your clothes, it's gonna be 10 plus. It's really gonna emanate and give you a nice scent boba, a nice sillage. Projection, it's going to be really good for the first 2 hours, but as you get into the 3rd hour, it really stays close to your immediate surrounding. But not bad, and definitely better, I'd say twice as better as the original Le Beau, which to me is an improvement. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me here today, talking about the newest Jean Paul Gaultier Le Beau Parfum. Let me know in the comments, guys, gals, whoever you are, what is your favorite Jean Paul Gaultier fragrance of all time to date? And of course, if you appreciate the channel, if you appreciate the content, all I ask is a like, subscribe for more if you haven't already, and of course, hit the bell so you get these videos straight into your feed. As always, guys, choose your fragrances wisely and wear them well. See you again right here very soon. Take care.